good. I am enjoying my Wednesdays are my more relaxing days, so.
That's good. You need to decompress.
Yes.
You're an absolutely beautiful human inside and out, and an advocate for some very important movements. So to start us off, can you give us a little description of who you are and what makes your heart sing?
Yes. Okay, so hello, thank you. You are also all beautiful humans. So I guess a lot of you, well, some of you, familiar faces, know me because I was a tour guide last summer, but in my real life, and how I was kind of asked today is that I am an online creator. That's usually the term that I use. I don't really quite think I'm quite an influencer yet, but an online creator for sure. Just creating an online community for women like me, as well as always just sharing my life openly on the internet. For me, it's always been a creative outlet, but also a really great place to foster connection with other women and just share in experiences that sometimes are not talked about. So that's kind of a little bit about my platform over at my Instagram is Alex Farbie, and I have a blog called Always Alex where I also share intimate details about my life. But really, I think I was kind of asked to talk today because of my sort of mantra of radical authenticity, which means sharing all the parts of my life, not just the parts that are glamorous.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
yeah, I'm
That's
happy to
very
talk
needed,
about
too.
any and all of it.
One of the worst things a person can do is trade their authenticity for approval. Sadly, it's also one of the most common things. Do you have any advice to prevent comparison or to help people reconnect with themselves?
Yeah, I love that quote. Absolutely trade our authenticity for approval. What I have to say about that is that I think so often we think that we need to blend in with the group. And in reality, if the entire group was the same and had the same mentality and acted the same, it would be one boring group. And so I think that reminding ourselves that our uniqueness is what makes us special. It's what allows us to connect with other people, and really just embracing that. I think for me, it's been a long time coming to learn that and to unlearn some of the tendencies that maybe we have to be more comfortable with the blend, more comfortable in that reaching for approval, when in reality I think that there's so many shared experiences that we have that are the things that we think we have that are so alone, we're so alone in. When in reality I think like the things that we struggle are really areas where we can come together more than the areas where we think that if I do this or I look this way and I blend in and I'm getting approval from these people, we think that that's what's going to bring us happiness, but in reality sometimes it's the sharing of the not so pretty and being truly just who we are, which is, you know, the whole range of emotions and feelings and experiences. That's what's going to, one, make us stand out, and two, provide us with a type of connection with other people that is unparalleled. So, for example, my best friend and I are incredibly different. I am the wild, loud, crazy, dance party-esque human, and my best friend is the quiet, super ridiculously intelligent, caring, science-minded person. Totally different. But the reason why we can come together is because we love that we are different people. We love that there's all these things, like I will never understand why she loves chemical processes so much. Like, you could not pay me enough to take organic chemistry. And she's like, how in the heck do I make a TikTok? And I'm like, no. But in reality, we just really support one another and understand like we've each lived so much life up until the moment that we became friends. and we still have so much life left to go, that where we're at is such unique spots, and if we allow ourselves and allow our friends to be exactly who they are and uplift them to the next higher version of themselves, rather than trying to bring them over and assimilate them with what I want, if we encourage one another to be better and to be our more authentic selves, that's what we all should approve of, is getting better every single day of the version of ourselves that we are. So, surrounding yourself with people who that's what they're looking for. They're looking for you to be the most authentic version of you, the better version of you, rather than asking you to be more like them. That was a very long-winded answer.
No, you're fine.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but part of the reason you share your story of the mountain you climbed is with the hopes that it can be a page of someone else's survival guide.
How do you think that we as a society can help people to realize that they have a lot and that is worth saying and sharing?
So, as for being someone's survival guide, I don't quite know about that, but
No.
at least I can make people feel a little less alone.
Yeah.
I think that in itself can help us feel like we can survive. So, and that means, sharing experiences that, again, are the ones that are quieted. So I would say that in encouraging people to see that others share experiences and encouraging them by sharing that, for me, how I process things, how I feel things, how I work through things is by talking about them. And so I just do that in an online forum. But I think that even by talking about it, it makes it easier for other people to talk about it. Maybe they're not posting about it online, but they believe like that message, it's validated. So then they might feel more comfortable sharing that with their best friend or their trusted loved one, or their therapist, right? And so understanding that we need to validate those feelings first. And so in my experience, kind of how I do this is I love following a variety of accounts that teach me things, that add value to my life, so that I feel a little less alone or a little more educated. Because when we're educated, it allows us to have better conversations. So when we're taking in all of this knowledge and we're realizing how normal our feelings are, or how valid our experiences are, or that they're shared, it inherently makes us realize that we should be talking about this. And I think the other thing is that I share because I was once the girl in high school that didn't have that community, who didn't have that connection. And while I always thought my messages were worth sharing, I've never been a quiet person. At the same time, you feel silence. You feel silenced because you don't have those people that you can share with. So I think that being that person for other people, it brings me joy, brings me a sense of peace. And so I always hope that by saying things, even if it's just like my DMs are open, if somebody needs that place to share that, they can. But really, it's just starting a conversation. Every single post, every single thing I ever post online can start a conversation. And whether that's about the latest reality TV show that I'm watching, or whether that's about my own journey with mental health, to start that conversation makes it so much easier to continue to have conversations, even the tough ones. So I think just validating other people's feelings, uplifting them, and allowing them to have a space to speak, whether that's to me or to someone else in their lives, and then absorbing media that makes me better so that I'm better suited to have those tough conversations, to continue to share what I feel online and to connect with other people.
That's awesome.
In your article, Let's Be Lazy and Get Better, you stress the importance of taking a break and how that will help to evolve you even if it seems unlikely. Too many people are trying to pour from an empty cup. Why do you think that it is so important to recharge yourself?
Oh, great question. If any of you are familiar with personality tests, I'm a big fan of them. I've taken about every single one. And it's because I love to learn about myself. And so if there's things that I've learned about myself, it's that I love to serve other people and I love to achieve. Those are things that I love. I love to be productive. I love to be successful. I love to, turn in work I'm really, really proud of. But at the same time, I like to connect with other people and I like to serve them. Both of these things can be very draining to me as just Alex. And so I definitely think it's important to, one, know about your own natural tendencies, the way that you act and react to things, as well as knowing how can I fill that cup. So I think the important thing to remember is that I am not at my best if I am not recharged. So sometimes it's hard for me because I really want to be productive and I know I want to get all this stuff done, but I have to take a moment and say when do I need to have this done? And will it be better for me to take care of myself? So I'm gonna give an example. I love to go to the gym. I love to work out. But I will not work out if I feel that it will negatively impact my wellness in the grand scheme of things. Because right then that workout might feel great, might feel fantastic. But if I had to wake up extra early to go to that workout and I lost sleep, and then throughout the entire day I'm tired, and then that tiredness leads to a spiral where I'm, not in the best mood, and then I can't serve people well or be the best educator I can be, or the best creator I can be, or the best Alex I can be, then in the long haul, my day was negatively impacted by that. So I have to kind of weigh it and understand what can I do that benefits me right now in this moment, benefits me throughout the entirety of today, and then also benefits me throughout the long term beyond that. So I think it's finding that healthy balance of all of those pieces, and they're all valid. Like I said, I love to go to the gym, but if I have to skip the gym in order to have a better day overall, because I needed to take care of what my body needs, what I need, both mentally, physically, sleep, then that's what I'm gonna do. So I think really it's all about balance, but not in the way that people think balance is. People think balance is, making sure you work out and you sleep this much and you do this and you do that. But in reality, everybody's balance is a lot different. Everybody is on a different Teeter Totter. And so for me, I know that taking care of myself is a high priority because I also know how it feels when I don't take care of myself. And right now I'm a graduate student. That's another piece of the puzzle. You're gonna be like, wow, she does a lot of things. I'm a graduate student right now, and so I'm balancing, my own career as well as taking classes and being a human and calling my mom, and so sometimes I have to just really remember what is going to make me happy. And I'm not happy if I'm not taking care of myself. And really you have to build yourself up from the ground up, because if you are not happy, if you are not taking care of yourself, then all of the other stuff falls away. I mean, yeah, I might not do the best on that assignment, but if I did what I had to do at that moment to take care of myself, that's what's important to me.
Okay, last question. As an online presence, what was your hope? What's your goal and how do you want to affect people?
Good question. Really making me think on this one. When I started, I was 18 in my college dorm. It was 11 o'clock at night, and I just had a lot of feelings. I gotta put them out there into the world. I never really anticipated it back then becoming what it is today. My goal is that I can continue to share my message with women like me and women maybe who aren't like me, really anyone, and make people feel a little less alone, make people feel valid, share some of the goodness in the world, whether that's like a good pair of shoes or joking about reality television or outfit trends. That's the best part about having it be like a personal brand. It's very just tied to who I am. And I am not just fashion. I am not just mental health. I am not just education. I am not just advertising. I do all of these things. And I just think it's really cool that social media gives me a place to connect with people that I otherwise never would have met and share whatever knowledge, expertise, passions that I have. And so I've recently gotten into more content creation with brands and advocating for causes that I'm really passionate about. And if I can be a person that allows someone else to be more educated, more passionate, more inspired than they were yesterday, that's all I can hope for. Like 1% better than we were yesterday. And that's a journey that like everyone that follows me is on that journey with me. I think right now is really fun because I'm at a very pivotal point in my life. I will finish my master's degree in May, and then it's going to be kind of a new journey, a new chapter for me. I'll be moving, I'll be starting a full-time job, and I'm really excited to see how my brand grows with me, and so that all along the way, we can all learn a little bit more about ourselves, and I really just want my page to be a place of joy for people, but also a place for truth, because everybody has those days where they're feeling like on top of the world, walking on sunshine, and then people the next day might have a day where everything feels pretty low. And both are valid, and we need to talk about all spectrums, because that's all of our experiences. And I just think that social media is such a fun place, but a fun place that also needs some of that real. So yeah, my page is just a little bit of everything. It's very much me, but the biggest thing is that as long as my online presence continues to bring me joy, it will continue. And that's what I remember every day. I lose followers every single day. Every single day I lose followers. And I also gain followers, but I just remember as long as it brings me joy, that's truly all that matters.
Wow.
So I think that that is the lesson to take into anything that you do. Whether your passions are similar to mine or very different, you have to pursue them as long as they bring you joy. And also know if it doesn't bring you joy, it's time to like bless and release that experience from your life. And for me, creating and connecting with people brings me a lot of joy. So I will continue to do it for as long as it does, which might be forever.
Thanks for talking to us today.
Thank you.
Yes, if you guys have any other questions or anything, you guys know how to get in touch with me.
Yeah.
I'm glad that I could talk to you guys. I hope you're having an awesome Wednesday.
You too.
You too.
Yeah. Bye.